The Corporation for Public Broadcasting was created in 1967. Since its inception, it has fought for funding. You may remember when Mr. Rogers testified before Congress when President Nixon tried to eliminate federal dollars. The battle continues today. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us in the studio with more tonight. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, in President Trump's first budget proposal, he's calling for the elimination of funding for the CPB. Now, this comes as our local PBS affiliate is already downsizing.
You are stronger than you think.
Taking a leisurely walk to Downton Abbey.
Happy birthday, Big Bird!
Well, thank you, Grover.
Or a stroll down to Sesame Street may soon be a thing of the past under the president's proposed budget. Trump is looking to eliminate funding for public broadcasting, which includes NPR, equaling nearly $500 million each year. The budget also proposes killing federal funding for the National Endowment of the Arts. According to WEDU Vice President of Communications Allison Hedrick, this cut could be a devastating blow to PBS stations around the country.
For us here at WEDU, it would mean a reduction in some of those programming and those community service outreach projects and educational services that we provide to teachers.
WEDU, Tampa's PBS affiliate, covers 16 counties, providing public affairs, arts, and educational programs. Although federal dollars are not their dominant source of revenue, WEDU would have to rely even more on grants and contributions.
It would really just take ramping up donors to come in, corporate sponsorships, and those are really hard to come by now, as it is.
Now that WUSF has been sold and will completely be off air towards the end of the year, it puts pressure on WEDU to rely even more on grants and contributions if funding is completely cut. Smaller affiliates around the country would feel the repercussions as well.
They depend very much on that funding, and it could mean that stations go off the air completely.
And Hedrick says it would especially be a blow for rural America.
It's harder, more difficult for people to have access to arts and cultural venues. It's harder for them to have access to some of the educational opportunities that we have closer in the major cities and that sort of thing. So what PBS and public media stations do is take that to them.
President of the Sarasota Republican Club, Rod Thompson, disagrees.
Where does it say in the Constitution or anywhere else that the government says, oh, these poor rural folks need to be getting fine arts and we're going to help them get it? The authority of government and the funding of government shouldn't be involved in that in any way.
And although the $455 million is just a fraction of government spending, many conservatives, like Thompson, say the federal government has no business funding partisan media.
But my tax dollars should not be paying for your entertainment. It's really as simple as that.
He says many of these PBS programs are popular enough to survive without the government having to force people to fund it.
If the people want it, then there will be a market for it, and then somebody will provide it.
But it's not just programming, says Hedrick. It's about providing services to the community as the media branch of the nonprofit world.
So those services that are being provided to our communities, whether it's for homeless youth, arts and culture, and that sort of thing, PBS and PBS stations have been an affordable way for those organizations to get their story out.
Now, Congress is supposed to finish its budget by the start of the next fiscal year, October 1st. However, the budget has only been complete before the deadline 4 times in the past 40 years.
All right, thank you, Dwayne.